there is always this question that what should I do? I'm having a crisis. I'm having a situation which is very painful. My relationships are not working out. I have financial troubles. Everything is like just breaking down for me. So, what should I do? And the only answer that I have for that is do whatever you think you should do in this moment. Because the way you are feeling about a particular situation in a given moment, the way you have been conditioned since childhood to this point, only you know. So, why do you ask others for advice? How will your teacher, your guru, or any person know what is best for you in the given moment? Okay, it is okay to take consultation from people, it is okay to ask them, but ultimately, you have to make the decision. And decision has to be made. Whether you will act or not act, it does not matter. Deciding not to act is also a decision. So decision has to be made. Whether it is right decision or wrong decision is not in your control. Something may feel right in the moment but may turn out to be disastrous in the future. And it can be the other way around as well. A certain person was abusive towards another person, and that person decides to leave this abusive relationship. Then they feel abandoned. So, a lot of self loathing, hate, a lot of negative chatter begins in the mind. Did I do something wrong? I should have given them a second chance. I should not have done this. I should not have done that. All those things keep, all those dialogues, all those thoughts keep running in the mind. So, what do we do? You see, this suffering eventually, let's say after a certain period of time, maybe for a couple of years it was suffering, but then it leads to a beautiful spiritual awakening where you realize that what happened in the past was just a story. At that point, how would you see your relationship, that past relationship? Of course, it was unpleasant experience, but it led to something. Now, this is not to say that you deliberately put yourself in an abusive relationship or in a place where you are uncomfortable or not appreciated. What I'm simply saying is the life events which lead you to a particular understanding are not to be judged as good or bad. The good and bad judgment is only of the ego. They are simply experiences which are leading you to the source. Everything happening in your life is leading you to the source, and source is nothing but unconditional love. Even dog shit is unconditional love. And the greatest piece of advice that I've heard in my life is from very senior people. And they say, don't take life seriously. Believe it or not, that is the greatest piece of advice I have got from those people. When you are young, when the vitality is high, it is natural to get involved in certain things. Some experiences are good, some are pleasurable, some are bad. But when the life passes by as you age, you come to a certain point where you see the body frailing, where you see the mind getting dull, where you see your life force vitality reducing. And then you question. Then people question, what exactly is all this? So, if you take things too seriously, then it becomes very difficult to explore an alternative path. I say even don't take non-duality too seriously. You know why? Because we are saying non-duality, which is one, and we are using two things to describe it. No dual. What to do? We're limited by language. But this is what it is. We work with whatever we can work. So don't take things too seriously and enjoy your life. In fact, the greatest pointer I've heard from a spiritual master, it's Ramana Maharishi, and he used to say, relax. There was one story, I believe, someone was very upset, and he told Ramana Maharishi that, I don't understand all this spiritual talk. It's too complicated for me. And I have been an earnest seeker, but I don't understand all this, spiritual jargon. And Ramana Maharishi told him, there's nothing to be done. Just relax. We don't know how to relax. We are always ruminating either in the past or in the future, which keeps us anxious continuously. The moment we get up in the morning from the bed, our mind gets into the motor of the mind gets started. It starts, and the incessant thinking happens. And then there is all this, oh, I should think like this, I should have this kind of view, I should support this ideology, I have to be like that, I have to be raw, I have to be vegan, I have to be an activist, I have to be this, I have to be that. So much burden you put on yourself. So much burden you put on yourself. Why do you torture yourself with so many responsibilities? Who is there? Who is here right now? You're giving responsibility to. Is there really a person here? Have you ever questioned? We never question. We just assume that this entity is real. And then we continue on our never ending expedition of doership. What does it lead to in the end? Life life is much more than what we think it is. It can be enjoyed every moment. Nisargadatta Maharaj says that pain and pleasure are uh, the river of life flows between the banks of pain and pleasure. Now, of course, pain is going to happen in life. Pleasure is also going to happen in life. In fact, Maharaj Nisargadatta also said that what you think as the pain is actually pleasure. Oh, sorry, what you think as the pleasure is actually pain. So, not clinging on to one end is the peace, is the state of being that he talks about.